like was always a big fan of just working with children in general. Like any way I could work with kids growing up, like hands-on, was a big passion for me. So I did a lot of babysitting in high school and even middle school. And then every summer in college and in high school, I worked at this summer camp with preschoolers. So I like always had that passion in me. And then when I knew I wanted to do nursing, I already knew. I was like, I love kids. I love working with them. And to be able to like make a positive impact in some horrible experience, like being in the hospital, it was like a huge goal of mine. So I knew I wanted to do that from the get-go. I didn't even really need nursing school to like explore that. I kind of already knew going in, like, I'm going to be a PEDS nurse. That's my passion. That's what I want to do. It's really, really hard, but it's also really rewarding to see their progress and to see them get better. And thankfully, that was one of the reasons I chose to be a PEDS floor nurse. So I'm not typically in the PICU or the NICU. I typically get them from the ER, and they usually get better within 3 to 5 days. So I'm fortunate enough to where I see most kids get better, and it's really rewarding, and I'm part of that experience. Now, the hard part is too, I will say, is when you get chronic kids, so they have these illnesses, you know, they have no control over, that they have to deal with for the rest of their life, and they're in and out all the time. That's really hard to see because, you know, for example, like a kid with diabetes, the stomach bug can throw them in the hospital. So that's always really hard to see because like it's totally out of their control. But you know, if I can sit there and make that experience even of the slightest better for them, that's my goal. And if I can make them, you know, happy, and if they at least smile when they see my face, or if I crack a funny joke, or I try to make it a more lighthearted experience because I know it's really scary being in the hospital, and sometimes they do know what's going on. So no, it is definitely hard, but I thankfully see them typically go home, and when things do go bad, like I know at least, you know, I'm trying the best I can, and I'm using the resources I have, and at the end of the day, that's really all I can do. So. Well, I chose YALL because I had been sifting through like multiple companies, but I was really excited to know that like YALL had a local office in Memphis, where I'm from, and I had family friends and a physician I see recommended me to YALL because this physician I knew had traveled through YALL like many years ago, and then my family friend, one of my best friend's moms, like knew someone that worked there, and then Anna, like my amazing recruiter, I remember when I was like kind of deciding at the last minute, when we talked, we had a great conversation. And then right at the time where I was really like job hunting, she had sent me this like long list of jobs. And I was like, all right, this is my sign. I love her energy. I really like this company. I'm just going to go with travel nursing. It seems like the right fit for me. It's local. I've had a lot of people recommend it to me, and I really like the relationship I have with Anna, even from the get-go. Like we hadn't really talked that much, only a couple phone calls, but then she sent me this long list, and like we just vibed from the get-go. So I was like, this is my company. I like them. I really try to remind myself that like travel nursing is honestly, you have to approach travel nursing like you do life. So it's very unpredictable. You never know what's going to come. And the most important thing is to have like a really strong mindset mentally. And I would say a lot of, you know, travel nursing is perspective and mindset. So you have to look at a lot of things as like either this comes with the job territory, or this is a fun adventure and you never know what you're going to get. So I remember when I first got to this first assignment, I had a lot of trouble with my living situations, and then the shift I was signed up for was miscommunicated with the manager. So I had to kind of speak up for myself. That was uncomfortable. And then I was trying to get settled to the new city, and that was really challenging. But I was like, you know what? This is just part of it. It's all going to work out. I just need to remain calm and like, now I have a good recruiter. I have a great support system to rely on. It's going to be okay. So I just, a lot of it is mindset, I would say. And I really also made sure to cultivate a really strong support system before I left to do this, because I will admit, this is not for the faint of heart. This is a really hard career, and it's hard to pick up from everything you know and travel city to city and throw yourself in a new hospital and like learn the charting system in 2 days and learn the way they do things in 2 days and then be on your own. So I made sure to develop a really strong support system to rely on, because I was all over the place when I first got to Dallas. And it was really hard. But yeah, I would just say it's a lot about mindset and a strong support system and your perspective, and just reminding yourself like, this is the job and it's challenging and unpredictable, and you're there to help the hospital, and you're there to kind of be thrown into a new city and a new thing, and you're going to be tested outside of your comfort zone. So you just got to be confident in yourself, honestly, and remind yourself like this comes with the territory, but it's really fun and it's really amazing. So for me, I choose location kind of depending on like what I'm interested to explore in. Like I kind of want a fun, vibrant city, but also I choose based on the job opportunities presented to me. So the best PEDS opportunity that came along recently was New Orleans. And then it also kind of depends on like who calls me back, who do I hear from first, you know, the timeline. So it's kind of a mix of like everything falling into place. So New Orleans appealed to me because I know it's a fun, bumpin' city. I have a couple of friends I know, or mutual friends there, that can show me around. Mm-hmm. And then I know the city has a lot to offer, and I am really excited. So I try to just pick somewhere I know will be fun and good for my personality, and I can explore a lot of different things, and then also has a great job opportunity for me. So New Orleans seemed like the great next step. So that's kind of why I choose my locations. Seeing new places, and honestly, like all of the freedom that comes with it. So, you know, I'm in control. Like I get to choose where I go and what I see and how long I'm there, and, you know, what kind of job I take. I love the freedom. And then, you know, if I need to take a break in between like assignments, I can do that. And it is just so fun. And so like when I take a break, I can go see my family and my friends at home, and then I can jump back into it. And it's a great way to like take breaks and then refresh, and then be able to jump back in as a nurse and do my best work. Because nursing is really taxing and you need breaks. So this is like the freedom of this job allows me to like really take those breaks and then throw myself back and be my best self, because, you know. I really tried to just kind of think of like what I would want someone to tell me. You know, especially since I've only been a travel nurse since January, it's still kind of new territory for me, but it's just such an exciting and challenging career opportunity. So I try to kind of encompass those two adjectives in my post, because it's really exciting. Like you get to explore new cities and meet new people and do all this stuff, and, you know, you make great money, but like it's also very important and challenging. So you have to invest in a routine to have some stability, and you have to be smart with your money, because it can be really overwhelming and, you know, and really fun though, really fun. So I just really tried to put myself into like, what would I want to hear? What would I want to hear if I was already a travel nurse and needed some new perspective? Like maybe I was getting burnt out on this career and I need to be reminded like why I did this in the first place, or I haven't taken this job yet. Like why would I want to become a travel nurse? So maybe like a mix of giving seasoned travel nurses some new perspective to keep them going on their journey, and motivating people who haven't been a travel nurse yet to maybe try it, because you never know until you try. It was kind of a mix of all those things. What I would want to hear, what I would want to hear if I had to come into this career yet, and what I would want to hear if I needed like a fresh perspective and I was getting burnt out. It's very tempting, especially like, you know, since nursing is so stressful, and, you know, you really do get in that mindset of, I need to go treat myself. It was a long week. But it's like, no, you gotta be smart, you know, you have bills to pay and a responsibility. But yeah, it's really important to invest and be smart financially, because, you know, it is overwhelming sometimes, and you're like, wow, what do I do with all this, you know? Yeah. But especially for me, because I'm young and single, and like I'm only really paying my own expenses right now. So like it's very tempting to just be like, money, like do whatever I want. But no, I have to be smart. You know, I'm trying to save to maybe put a down payment on a house one day, stuff like that. So yeah, it's very challenging. It's it's fun. It's challenging, all the things. Thankfully, I have a sister who's very meticulous in that department of budgeting and finance. So I had reached out to her when I first started all this, and I was like, hey, can you help me? And she was like, yeah, I'll make you a budget. So she made me a budget. I downloaded some apps, and then immediately I started setting up like automatic investments every month. So I have one that goes into like an investment account, one that goes into savings, like just a general savings, and then one that goes into like a retirement type savings. So that way it's just kind of apps. I think I currently use so I use a typical banking app, and then I use Mint is like a budgeting, and then I also use Every Dollar. So those are both like budgeting apps. I use that kind of keep track of like all of your expenses and credit cards and stuff. So budgeting is very important, especially when you're, super excited to explore a new city. It's like you want to do everything and meet everyone and try every restaurant, and it's like, hold on now. Yeah. You gotta be a little more realistic. Yeah. So it's a mixture for sure, but it's fun. But yes, you do have to be very smart financially, or you could get into some trouble. I definitely try to make a goal of incorporating exercise in some way into my routine on my days off. I know people are able to do it the days they work. More power to them. That is not me. When I work my 12-hour shifts, that is all the energy I have is for those shifts, and I go home and sleep. But on my days off, I try to do something to decompress and kind of alleviate any stress or any, emotionally taxing situations from the week. So I really enjoy running or yoga. Those have been the two things I rely on lately. One of my goals for the fall actually is my sister and I want to train for the St. Jude Half. So I'm hoping to sign up and do that and train for that. And then that'll be kind of like my sweet homecoming in December. Yeah. See like all my friends and family for the holidays and stuff. But for fitness goals, I just try to make sure I incorporate something on my days off to alleviate any just stress or overwhelming feelings. My goal is usually to take advantage of exploring the city and seeing as much as I can, making as many connections as I can, and just enjoying my time here. Aside from being a nurse, it's really fun to meet new people and explore new cultures and see what different cities are like, or towns, or anything, because you don't realize how much is out there until you're really out there, and it's amazing. It's really cool. So I would say, personally, to take advantage and then, have fun. And fitness-wise, just make sure I have something on my days off to alleviate any bad feelings. One of the reasons I did choose Dallas from the get-go was I had already had friends here from college, because I went to the University of Arkansas. So a lot of Dallas kids actually end up going to the University of Arkansas, surprisingly. And so I was like, Dallas would be great, because I'd been there in college a couple times, for some football games, and I had some friends here. I'm familiar enough with the city to where I would know where to go, but not so familiar with to where I'd already felt like I'd seen and done it. So as soon as I got here, I reached out to one of my good friends, and she kind of showed me around. And then before I got into the assignment, I looked up a lot of Instagrams and blog posts just to kind of what do I need to see? Where do I need to go? So, and then I also befriended another travel nurse when I'm here. So I was like, hey, I really want to explore these neighborhoods. We should go here this day. We should do this. And so I kind of had my list, and I just kind of cross it off as I go.
Cool.
I'm explorative, so I like to try new things and go explore, and it's fun. So I'm big into I'm a foodie. I like concerts. I love to shop. So I just apply all of those things that I like to do and put them towards my days off. So, just researching stuff like that. Thankfully Dallas is big, so there's a lot of everything here. So it's fun. I've been able to do a lot of cool things and have a lot of fun. Also give back and be a nurse. So it's been the best of both worlds. This career is so amazing so far. I love it, love it, love it. I really do.
Well, we're so glad that you're with us. You're a hoot. I love that.
I love y'all. I love this company. Seriously, I've been so impressed.